Good evening and welcome back to India Today's running coverage on Shridevi's very tragic demise. In a few hours from now, her mortal remains will be flown back to India for her funeral, scheduled to take place in Mumbai. There is no specific time or place just yet, but all of that and much more coming up here on India Today. The latest breaking news with details of the superstar actor's tragic death in Dubai has just come out, and it's in the form of a massive twist in the death case. Gulf News, a prominent media agency in Dubai, has now reported that Shridevi was under the influence of alcohol and lost her balance, fell into a bathtub in her hotel room and drowned. So these are fresh details. Remember, so far there have been reports of a cardiac arrest killing the superstar, who was 54 years old, and now Gulf News apparently quoting from the autopsy report that's been conducted on Shridevi, saying that the actor was under the influence of alcohol, lost her balance and fell into the bathtub in her hotel room and drowned. Now, where exactly cardiac arrest comes into the picture is unclear. Were those reports incorrect? Was that the initial suspicion by those on the scene? And have things now been clarified with a Gulf News report talking and quoting from the death certificate, an autopsy report, to say accidental drowning was what killed 54-year-old superstar Shridevi. Okay, Khalij Times in Dubai has also reported these fresh details coming in. Let's just listen in to that flash report. I want to bring in India Today's Preeti Chaudhary, who's been tracking all of the rapid developments following the tragic death of Shridevi 2 days ago. Preeti, cardiac arrest, heart attack was the initial supposition. That appears to have been part of a preliminary assessment of what may have ended Shridevi's life. But now the death certificate and the autopsy make it pretty clear. They've been quoted in Khalij Times and Gulf News that it was accidental drowning. There were traces of alcohol in her blood. She apparently lost her balance and fell into a bathtub.
All right, Shiv, let me quickly take our viewers through the death certificate that has been given out. Now, that essentially says, and I'll take our viewers through it, the date of today has been given, February 26. It says, to whomsoever it may concern. This is to inform that Shridevi Boni Kapoor Ayappan, gender female, nationality India. The passport number has been given out, which of course the passport would be cancelled because it is the death certificate that would be the document under which Shridevi's mortal remains would be brought back home to India. It gives out the date, 24th 2nd 2018, and it gives out the cause of death, which is accidental drowning. It does not say cardiac arrest. Also, with the hospital reports that are coming out from the hospital where she was taken, where she was declared brought dead, the blood report suggests, Shiv, that she was in fact under the influence of alcohol. Blood level alcohols have confirmed a positive. There were heavy traces of alcohol in Shridevi's blood. Now, the question of cardiac arrest has been brought to forth now. There is, we'll get larger, more details once we get the detailed autopsy report. But there is a suggestion that possibly she did suffer a heart attack after she drowned in the bathtub. There was confusion earlier whether it was the cardiac arrest that brought over the drowning, but that would have been mentioned in the death certificate. Yeah. So, cardiac arrest immediately is ruled out right now. The cause of death is drowning. We can confirm that to our viewers. And the fact that the hospital report states, in just a bit, we're also going to get that document of the hospital report, which was confirmed because, if you recall, Shiv, the blood works were, awaited, and the blood work of Shridevi, the samples that were given, were drawn that night when she was brought dead to the hospital, have given out more clarity that she was under influence of alcohol. There were heavy traces of alcohol that have been found in her bloodstream. Now, what does that essentially mean? While we wait for the detailed autopsy report that will, of course, Shiv, give us more clarity. But in effect, from here on, for her body to be brought back to India, it was this document that was awaited. Yes. Now, as per protocol, her passport, the passport number has been mentioned in the death certificate. That will be cancelled. The body would be taken for embalming. That would be another 2 to 3 hours So another 3.5 hours from here on, Shiv, and that is when Shridevi's body would be brought home. So not before late night can we expect the mortal remains of the iconic actor to be brought back to India, whereas the final respects, which would be paid to the actress. Now suggestions coming in from the family that it all might just happen tomorrow morning, where her body would be kept for 2 hours for close friends, family to come and pay their final respects, and of course that after that would be the final rites be conducted, the cremation. Back to you, Shiv.
Okay, so late night tonight is when the mortal remains of Shridevi are likely to be brought back, as Preeti said. Preeti, stay with me because we've got a picture of that death certificate on our screens right now, and it very clearly mentions accidental drowning. I want to bring in India Today's Padmaja Joshi also with us live from Mumbai. She's been tracking all of the developments from Mumbai, where the family of Shridevi, an entire film industry, all of the people who knew her through her life await the return of her mortal remains so that she can be given a fitting farewell. Rapid developments, Padmaja, at this point of time, there had been a certain quantity of speculation over what may have caused Shridevi's death. Finally, a degree of clarity, not fully, but a degree of clarity that it was accidental drowning apparently, possibly under the influence of alcohol, and a bathtub was involved, Padmaja.
That's right, and in fact the death certificate that we are talking about, two things that really stand out. Remember, Shiv, and this is a copy of that death certificate that we have right here. So far, according to all accounts, it was said that it is a cardiac arrest because of which she lost her life. But now this mentions very, very clearly, Shiv, that it is in fact a case of accidental drowning. It is mentioned here very clearly, and it has been signed off by the director of preventive medicine in Dubai. The second thing which is significant, and which incidentally is a fact little known about Shridevi, she always had her name spelled in credits of films as Sridevi, but her legal name was always Shridevi. Incidentally, that is the spelling that has been used here, but that's really a small footnote. The fact that is really standing out is that it's accidental drowning. However, here on India Today, we are drawing absolutely no conclusion, not making any insinuations, just putting out the fact there that so far it was a case of cardiac arrest, as was being reported. Now, the director of preventive medicine in Dubai has signed off conclusively on the fact that it is an accidental drowning. As far as the traces of alcohol, remember there, she was in Dubai for a party and also had a celebratory dinner lined up with her husband. Just putting the facts out there. Shiv.
Right, Padmaja and Preeti, stay on with me. I also want to get in a medical view on what may have happened. Dr. K.K. Agarwal has just spoken on these fresh findings in that death certificate and autopsy report. Let's listen in to Dr. K.K. Agarwal.
55 साल की उम्र में 70% लोगों के अंदर में ये हार्ट अटैक से होता है। प्राइमरी हार्ट अटैक हुआ, पहली बार जिंदगी में हार्ट अटैक हुआ और कार्डियक अरेस्ट हो गया। 10% लोगों के अंदर में अंडरलाइंग हार्ट डिसीज से होता है, जो इनको नहीं था। बाकी के केसेस में उनका ईसीजी पहले से खराब होता है, उन लोगों को होता है। तो बाय प्रैक्टिकली यही लगता है कि हार्ट अटैक हुआ है। लेकिन हमारी श्रद्धांजलि श्रीदेवी जी को यही होगी कि सारी औरतें ये जान लें कि ब्रेस्ट कैंसर के अलावा हार्ट अटैक भी उतना ही खतरनाक है। हार्ट अटैक से ज्यादा मरते हैं, ब्रेस्ट कैंसर से कम मरते हैं। और दूसरा ये है कि हर पेशेंट को जिसको कार्डियक अरेस्ट हुआ है, हर लोगों को सीपीआर सीखना चाहिए ताकि
So I want to just put all of this information together for a moment, and I want to put that visual of the death certificate also on our screen so our viewers can get a look at it, and the words which say accidental drowning has caused the death of actor Shridevi. Let's put the death certificate on our screen so our viewers can see that visual of that death certificate. We'll round up those words. Accidental drowning, those words have been used for the first time now, providing a clearer sense and ending a certain degree of the speculation surrounding the superstar actor's death. Preeti and Padmaja continue to be with us. We also have with us Pia Hingurani joining us live from Mumbai. She's tracking all the developments and the fallout. within the film industry as well. Pia, while we're talking about the cause of Shridevi's death at this point of time, can you quickly take our viewers through the preparations for the arrival of Shridevi's body, which, like Preeti said, should be expected no earlier than late tonight?
Well, absolutely, Shiv. Right now, we are at Anil Kapoor's residence. Shridevi's daughter, Janvi and Khushi, are both inside at the moment. We've seen a host of, celebrities and film folks coming in to pay their condolences, to meet both the daughters. And we've seen a lot of preparations going on at Shridevi's residence at Lokhandwala as well, which was yesterday itself. It had all begun where they had begun bringing in flowers. They were bringing in other things that are needed for the ceremony. And right now you can see a lot of media presence, a lot of police personnel also around here. A lot of security has been beefed up and this entire road has been cordoned off. And also I must mention there are loads and loads of fans who've come just to get a glimpse of Shridevi whenever she arrives. And they've in fact flew in yesterday from across the country, and we saw them. Of course, they've been cordoned off because there are a lot of cars coming in of celebrities. But it's so heartening to see the love that she spreads, that people from across the country have just come to pay their respects to her.
And those crowds are only going to swell. And right now, of course, the spotlight is on the news that's breaking in Dubai over the death certificate and the autopsy report, details of which have appeared in the local press there. Accidental drowning being quoted as the reason for Shridevi's death. Sharavati Choksi, senior journalist, is with me live from Dubai. Sharavati, thanks for being with us. What more details do you have? Khalij Times and Gulf News, Sharavati, have been quoting details that haven't come out before from the death certificate. Traces of alcohol in the actor's blood, and she apparently fell into a bathtub and drowned.
That's right. This is what the local media is saying. But Shiv, I would like to make it very clear. I have just spoken to the highest sources within the Indian consulate in Dubai, and they are not confirming any such thing because they have not formally received this particular death certificate from the police. So until they have received this, they are not in a position to say yes or no as to what. But obviously, because it has come in the local media and it has appeared on the letterhead of the Dubai police, so clearly there is some truth to this. But the consulate in Dubai is not being able to confirm any of these things. Also, the process of expatriation has already begun, but that's a very long process, and that her body has not yet been sent for embalming. So none of that has happened. So we are expecting that all of this could take at least until later this evening.
Sharavati, where are things at right now? We do know that it's a complicated expatriation, process. The embalming, we understand, is either underway or has been completed. Should we expect that things can be wrapped up by late tonight, India time, with the body headed back, or is it going to take longer than that, in your view?
Shiv, the body has not yet been sent for embalming.
Okay.
So that will take some time. And as we speak, her body is in the mortuary in the Dubai police station. And so once the police has finished all its formalities, they will hand over the body to the Indian consulate. And then the process of sending the body back to India will begin. But I will repeat again that the process of embalming has not started yet.
Okay, the process of embalming hasn't started yet. Sharavati, thank you very much. It's a complicated process, the repatriation. We spoke to Navdeep Suri, India's ambassador to the United Arab Emirates, a short while ago. I must point out to our viewers that this comment from the ambassador was before the death certificate and its details were known in public. Here's Navdeep Suri, our ambassador there.
But I think, as your correspondent was saying, our team is working with the local authorities. The police side have given the relevant clearances. We now are literally taking the papers from one office to another to make sure that the rest of the formalities are completed, including with the health authorities and the immigration authorities. We expect that in the next couple of hours, the mortal remains would be released from the mortuary, after which they would be taken for the embalming procedure prior to departure. So I would expect that hopefully by this evening everything is done, so that this great actor can begin her final journey back home.
Shridevi's final moments have become the fuel for an enormous amount of speculation surrounding the actor's life, the actor's lifestyle, the actor's health, her relationships, and what she was in Dubai for. Well, we've pieced together all of it with sensitivity, because we don't speculate here on India Today. We've pieced together a timeline from her last appearance, as you can see in these pictures, until her tragic death that we now know was in a bathtub in a Dubai hotel. Take a look at Shridevi's final moments.
A hug Boney Kapoor will never forget. His final dance with wife Shridevi. Dressed in gorgeous pastel lehengas, smiling for pictures along with her family. No one knew that these would be the last memories of Shridevi, the epitome of grace and glamour. In Dubai to attend her nephew Mohit Marwa's wedding, Shridevi was seen singing and dancing during the ceremony on 20th of February. 2 days later, Boney Kapoor returned to India to attend an event in Lucknow on 22nd February, while Shridevi decided to stay back. According to reports in a Dubai daily, Khalij Times, Boney Kapoor flew back to Dubai on 24th of February to surprise his wife. Boney reached Jumeirah Emirates Hotel at 7 p.m. on Saturday. The couple chatted for a while, then Shridevi entered the hotel bathroom at 7:15 p.m. to get ready for the dinner date. When she did not come out after 15 minutes, Boney knocked on the bathroom door, but did not get any response. It was then that Boney opened the door, only to find a motionless Shridevi in the bathtub. At 7:40 p.m., Boney and his friends tried to revive Shridevi, but failed. After 3 hours, Boney Kapoor finally informed the cops of Shridevi's demise. What was expected to be an evening to remember will now be a heartbreaking memory, hard to forget. India's heartthrob gone too soon, leaving her family and fans in Sadma. Bureau Report, India Today.
And we've got fresh news coming in. No family or friends present in Dubai have seen the mortal remains of Shridevi just yet. The process of repatriation began a while ago, but it's a very long and complicated process. Nobody from Shridevi's family have been able to see her mortal remains in the Dubai police mortuary just yet. In fact, the Dubai Police Media Office has said that it asserts that the case file was forwarded to the Public Prosecutor's Office in Dubai to take necessary legal action in accordance with such cases. So there are complexities because the circumstances surrounding Shridevi's death appear to be unnatural. They're suspicious. She died of accidental drowning, says the death certificate at this point of time. I want to bring Padmaja back in on this. Padmaja, Shridevi's daughters are in Mumbai right now, but there are other family members, including Boney Kapoor and others, who are in Dubai right now, but nobody from the family has been able to see her remains just yet. It's a very poignant, distressing sort of situation, isn't it, Padmaja? The fact that there is this national mourning for this superstar actor, but there is this suspicion over the circumstances surrounding her death and these procedural delays over bringing her body back home.
Absolutely, and while it is agonizing, as one can understand, for the family, the authorities that we've spoken to, the police and the sources in the government that India Today has spoken to in Dubai, all of them assert that this is all a part of procedure, especially since Shridevi was a foreign national who was visiting Dubai at that time. The government there, the police want to leave nothing to chance. But in the meantime, because the wait has only grown longer, so has the number of people increased inside this house, which is the house of Anil Kapoor here in Mumbai. What we've seen is this very close circle, Shiv, which has moved in since yesterday evening. The largest number of people we've seen going in has been young girls and boys, one assumes are friends of Shridevi's two daughters. So the family has been extremely tight-lipped. They're not communicating. YRF has said that if there's any information, we are going to communicate on behalf of the family. So this little protective ring has been thrown around the family, and understandably so, because Boney Kapoor is away in Dubai. And imagine these two young girls who have to prematurely deal with the death of a parent, and which is why the extremely tight circle of friends and family which surrounds them here now.
It is, our hearts really do go out to Janvi and Khushi and to the other members of the family, but especially Janvi and Khushi, the two young daughters of Shridevi. Padmaja, stay with me, because as the nation mourns the death of Shridevi, what makes this tragedy even more poignant, overwhelming, is that she didn't live to see the debut of her elder daughter, Janvi. Her film Dhadak, her debut film Dhadak, is out in July this year. And if you look at Shridevi's social media timelines, she was constantly asking for blessings and the good wishes of the public for the debut film of her elder daughter, Janvi. Here's a report on Shridevi's children.
But closer home, it's her two daughters, Janvi and Khushi, who bear this tragedy caught in the spotlight. Shridevi was exceptionally close to both her daughters and regularly posted their family pictures on Instagram. What makes this tragedy even more overwhelming is that Janvi finally was ready to make her debut in some months. The actress was very involved in her daughter's grooming, and Janvi has mentors like Karan Johar and Manish Malhotra backing her. She is currently shooting for her first film Dhadak opposite Shahid Kapoor's brother Ishan, whom she is also rumoured to be dating. Dhadak has been helped by Karan Johar's Dharma Productions and is slated for release in July. In fact, Janvi could not accompany her family for the Dubai wedding as she was busy working on the film. Trying times for the Kapoor family, ironic as well, since Janvi and Khushi's half-brother Arjun Kapoor also lost his mother before the release of his debut film Ishaqzade. Shridevi's younger daughter Khushi is quite active on social media and is a fashionista in her own right. Two young daughters who face a very hard time ahead, even as the furor over Shridevi's untimely death continues to hawk the limelight. Both Khushi and Janvi are staying at Uncle Anil Kapoor's place right now, while Bollywood pays their last respect to the female superstar of Indian cinema. Entertainment Bureau, India Today.
Well, in every sense right now, while the story is focused on what's happening in Dubai, in a mortuary in the Dubai police station, what's happening in India is of course centered around Anil Kapoor's residence in Mumbai, where both India Today's Padmaja Joshi and Pia Hingorani are reporting from. Pia, can you tell us who all are inside? Just as a matter of detail, we do know that Janvi and Khushi, Shridevi's young daughters, are in that house right now. Do we know who else is there right now? There's been a steady stream of actors, people from the fraternity who've been coming there to offer their condolences. But who's there right now?
Right, Shiv. So from the morning we've seen a lot of filmy presence in terms of, we saw Farhan Akhtar, we saw his mum, Hani Irani, then we saw, a lot of other people like Tanvi Azmi. Kamal Hassan is expected at 5:30. He's flying in from Chennai. And we've seen his daughter, Shruti Hassan and Akshara as well. As you can see, even right now behind me, people are constantly coming in. And mainly they're also friends of Janvi and Khushi. And, earlier in the morning we also saw Anil Kapoor's mum, which is Janvi and Khushi's grandmom, come in and spend a lot of time with them. She's been there throughout. So yes, the family is, there with, Janvi and Khushi. And, we rightly said it's a huge blow for both the daughters and especially Janvi because she's about to debut just in July. Let me also tell you that, Shridevi was extremely worried about her debut. She was extremely worried about all the link-ups that, Janvi has already started coming into. In fact, when we met her during the promotions of Mom, and I remember I asked her that, your daughter has been already started with the link-ups and, she's making headlines already. And she said, yes, unfortunately, that's part and parcel of Bollywood, but that's how it works. The only thing we can do is guard our children, and that's exactly what she did. She mentored Janvi. She was so particular about the classes that she went to, right from her acting to her dancing to her diction. She didn't know Hindi very well when she entered Bollywood, so she was very certain that she would make sure that Janvi knew Hindi really well before she made her debut with Dhadak. So, it's interesting to see how she's nurtured and protected both her daughters. So it's really unfortunate that she can't be here to see the debut.
We're going to, obviously, at India Today, it's very important for us that we respect the privacy of the Kapoor family, the Ayyappan family, the Marwas as well, all the immediate family of Shridevi who are mourning at this time. There are thousands of fans who are collected outside as well. The voices and the story will be told most sensitively here on India Today. We're slipping into a very short break. On the other side, Shridevi's on-screen success was evident. Well, we're staying with the big story with the latest developments coming in from Dubai, throwing fresh and specific light on the circumstances surrounding actor Shridevi's death in a Dubai hotel. The latest that we have right now from that death certificate says Shridevi died not from a cardiac arrest but due to accidental drowning. Media reports in Dubai have ruled out cardiac arrest. The Dubai police has also confirmed death by drowning theory. The Dubai police has transferred the case to the Dubai Public Prosecutor's Office, which will carry out regular legal procedures followed in such cases, because remember, Shridevi is a foreigner in Dubai and all procedures need to be satisfied before the case is closed. The process of repatriation has begun a while ago, but it's a long and complicated process as expected in such incidents. So the media reports quoting from the death certificate and autopsy say there were traces of alcohol found in Shridevi's blood. She lost consciousness and fell into a bathtub and accidentally drowned. That's the latest that we have on the death of Shridevi. Well, Shridevi's on-screen success was evident for the entire country to see. But what about her personal life? Very little is actually known. An introvert off-screen, didn't give many interviews, a doting mother and wife, Shridevi took a 15-year-long break from the film industry to take care of her family. Married to producer and director Boney Kapoor, Shridevi and his love story too was nothing short of a Bollywood film. Here's a look at the woman behind India's first real superstar.
The process of falling in love. In fact, it happened the first time I met her.
Like her iconic journey on the silver screen, Shridevi's personal life was no less than a film script. The legendary superstar was happily married to Bollywood's famous director-producer Boney Kapoor for more than 2 decades and had 2 daughters, Janvi Kapoor and Khushi Kapoor. The foundation of the legendary love story was laid on the sets of Boney Kapoor produced Mr. India.
first opportunity I got all over again to sign her, that was for Mr. India. I went up to her sets, met her. When I met her, it was almost like a dream come true. The few words that she spoke, she's not a very, she's an introvert and she doesn't communicate very easily to strangers, and I was a stranger at that point of time. But the few words that she spoke in broken Hindi and broken English, they touched me, they moved me, and I got more curious to know her more.
While Boni was madly and unconditionally in love with the biggest superstar of her time, Shridevi took her time to say yes.
I followed her while she was shooting for Chandani to Switzerland with some excuse because I was around there, and Yash Chopra had done a film with Anil, so I had reasons to be there, but the actual reason was to meet her, to see her. So that's how the entire process started, and gradually somewhere she saw this man is too persistent and perhaps realized that I was sincere. I was not looking for what do I say?
A fling.
A fling, okay, yes. A fling. I didn't want to use this word, but okay, a fling. And somehow things fell in place.
After knowing each other for over 8 years and a lot of struggle, the couple tied the knot in 1996. For Shridevi, her family was alive. She was a doting mother and a committed wife. Shridevi left showbiz after 1997's Judai released and did not return to the big screen for as many as 15 years as she wanted to raise her daughters the right way. At a time when her daughter Janvi is eyeing a big Bollywood debut this year, Shridevi's untimely demise comes as a huge jolt for the starlet. Now that the legend is no more, fans look forward to Janvi's debut and hope to get a glimpse of Shridevi's magic in her daughter's performance. Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, born Sri Amma Yangar Ayyappan, Shridevi started her acting career at the age of 4, which means she had a career spanning half a century in Tamil film, in Telugu films, in some Malayalam films, and of course in Bollywood. She co-starred with late Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha in a film back in 1971 and made her Hindi film debut with Julie in 1975. In a career spanning literally 50 years, for Shridevi, the beginning of superstardom was as a very young child star. Take a look.
An actor par excellence, Shridevi's film career began at a very tender age. She became a star when she was just 4 years old. She started off as a child artist in Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam and Kannada films. The young actor made her debut with Thanaivan in 1969. Not many know, but a young Shridevi even co-starred with former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.G. Ramachandran. And that's not all. The diva co-starred with late Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha in Adi Parashakti in 1971 when she was just 7 years old. She played the role of young Lord Muruga as against Jaya, who portrayed the character of Parvati.
Well, of course, Shridevi's superstardom was in the 1980s. That was her real peak. In the 80s, Shridevi co-starred with Tamil superstar Kamala Hassan. Tamil film Moondram Thirai, you saw a bit of that in that last story, earned her huge accolades for her masterclass performance. And many people always forget. You're seeing in the media today the big Bollywood queen. She was a superstar in the South long before Shridevi entered Bollywood.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.